The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, I've heard you say that so much of being a great inside linebacker is diagnosis. And that time he diagnosed things instantly, made a beeline for the football.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd-and-1. They go play action. Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll try to run right on the option. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the 2nd of 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for 2023.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
They go play action with Hurts.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What do I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Sanders.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And it's certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
Steps away. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
18, Pioneers. Riggs. 19, Lions. Panther 11.
Hurts.
That is caught at the 7. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side back?
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Back to throw.
Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Eagles are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They start the drive with Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Oh, the return is Scott.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Back 60. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 19 tight. 19 tight.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Sanders. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
This is Smith with a grab.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
19 Tiger.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And some space here. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 9, Cousins dancing to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. In motion left goes a tight end. On play action, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
We're to the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
And they work this out past the 25. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Following the interception, Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And some room to work. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 15.
144 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to...
And now here is another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Cousins now. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They go play action with Hurts.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Hurts finding Goddard there. 1st down, Philadelphia.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Down right around the 25. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Throwing is Hurts.
He's got Smith here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Come on.
They'll run with Sanders. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Sanders again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. but I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to...
And, my goodness, another interception.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win it.
Touchdown, Eagles!
Trey Sermon,
his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
And now here is another interception.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, tell all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here we go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another run here with Sanders. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of the season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
And he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold their blocks just a little bit longer.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
In motion comes the tight end left. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Eagles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.